Hi everybody. This video is to help find a base location on the center map. The best area is here around the blue ob. There's the blue ob. You can see there's just a lot of the land is already taken. So the best bet is just to walk, run, fly, whatever along the coastline. Coastline is great because you have access to water, and up on the hill there you've got plenty of wood, stone, thatch, things for building later. See, this guy's got something built there. If you get up here a little further, this guy's got this really built. You just kind of keep moving along. This guy's got big mega bases up in here because it's awesome land. So here they got this pillared out. These little platforms are the new version of pillars. They last a little longer from what I've been told. Yeah, there's not a lot of land on this particular server. I am on 5590 right now. It's pretty taken. We look at the map. We're almost halfway around. This guy's got this whole cove, so we're just going to fly over the other side. Nice base though. Now you could build up on here. This guy's got that area, but I'm on other center maps. You can do like he did and build up there. Water is your issue, getting water across to there. The closer you can get to the actual water, the better chance you have of having enough water to survive. Yeah, this particular server, this is really taken. So I'm going to finish going around because we want to finish really looking. I think we've been all the way around though now. Yeah. Okay, so there really wasn't anything there. So we have a choice of going inland, which inland there's this little pond of water right there. Go up to that little pond. Yeah, this guy got this area. So then the next thing to do, you can go out. There's these islands out here. You can grab an island and just transport yourself across to get your resources. But here again, they've got this pretty pillared out again. So this is the #1 rated area. This little island around the blue ob. And that's why it's so full. You get back here a ways, you'll find little spots you could build, but difficult to get water. Water would be your big problem. I'm going to fly over to some other spots. I'm going to put the video on pause real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went across to the other side. And you can see this guy put up his little house here. This area over here, the difference is the dinos over here are a little more hostile. They're bigger. You're going to have a little more trouble. Over around the blue ob, it's a fairly easy area. This is more of a medium area. Like right here, there's no pillars, nothing. You could build a nice little base into here. This location is 47.5 63.2. You'd have to cut out some trees and stuff to set yourself a little foundation in here. You're right here close to water. Yeah, that'd be a nice little area. On back in here, somebody's got that little area. When you get to these ruins and stuff, a lot of people have already claimed the area around those. But if you just follow these rivers up, the river is water. It will go into the swamp area here soon, though, so we have to be careful of that. You can see where people have built traps, things like that. This is here again. This is a cool little area right here. Nobody's got it pillared out. Oh, there's a pillar. There must be a base somewhere up here, but you could go back here a little ways off of the river, build yourself back up in here. Again, the problem's of water, but you can use your water tanks to hold water. I'm going to go to a different spot. I'll be right back. Alright, I am at location 38.4, 54.1. There's water here. There's no pillars. There's these natural rock formations that you can build off of and build between and use these as part of your build. And really this whole area here is pretty cleared. There's a base down there, so you're going to run into his issues at some point. You have some shallow water here right at the edge, and it gets deep. Let me jump in there and see what that water looks like. Yeah, it gets pretty deep. Be a cool little place to set up moon pods, things like that. Again, this location here is 38.1, 54.5, and you can see on the river that I'm on there, that connects all the way out to the ocean, so that'd be kind of cool. Definitely tons of water. I could see trees for wood and fiber, stone for stone. I do know that up this direction there's meat. Got a lot of meat. It gets pretty crazy kind of in that direction that way. So this is a wonderful location if somebody wants to come and grab it. Again, 38.9, 53.5. I'm gonna go look for a couple more areas. I'm gonna put you on pause. I'll be right back. All right, here's another decent spot right on the water. The location here is 33.2, 45.4. Pretty decent little area. Again, we have plenty of wood, stone, thatch. There is up as soon as you get into that rocky area right up there, there's going to be a lot of dinos, kind of aggressive ones. Not sure what's in this water. I haven't been down in it, but it gets deep. That guy has a base over there, and there's no pillars over here. There's no other bases for a while. This would be a pretty good size area if you wanted to build a nice flat. This is a nice flat spot to build a tower or something. And anyway, location here again, 33.1, 44.8. I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to go look for a couple more spots. Here's an area kind of by the red ob. A lot more hostile over here. You can see I've got an alpha something up there. Looks like maybe an Alpha Rex. Lot of meat. There's trees, everything. There's water over here. The location here is 23-1-49. I'm gonna have to put you on pause for a second and take care of that Alpha. Yeah, that was Alpha Rex. You can see over there a Pyromane. But yeah, there's a lot of room up here, but it is a rough area. This area is not going to be your easiest. You want to come in here with your base half built already and drop it and have some place to hide. But there's all kinds of places up here by the red ob. Again, this one here, we're at 22-9-49. Red ob area is where we get the spinosaurs and stuff, so this is a good area to be kind of close to that. All that's going to be up here further. Again, when you get up into here, you're going to have troubles with water, especially in this heat. This is the lava island, so the heat's going to be an issue. But all up in here, there's going to be room if you want to build on the cliff sides and stuff. When you get down onto the level ground, there's not as much room. Hard to get bases on the water again on this area. This area right here would be a beautiful area to build a base. A little rough, but once you get your walls up, that'll keep all these guys out. 11.2, 46.9. And this is a nice area. There's a lot of meat, a lot of wood, stone, thatch down in here. If you fly down to the water down here, that's where these spinos are. So you go down there to get the spinosaurs. Be kind of nice to have a base that close. No spinos at the moment. We'd have to clean the spot up to get them pop. That's a great spot. Down in here is a lot of empty land, but again, real aggressive. This is a great spot to have a base. I know, because this is my base right here. Oops. And it's pretty much unlocked and open for everybody to use. It's the WHF hunting cabin. There's also the poker room in here. A lot of really nice drops like this. But you'll find there's also very aggressive dinos in this area. This is one of the harder areas, but that's another spot. There's also along this area here, there's a lot of flat land in here that you can build on. You'd have to clear the trees and stuff, but there's a lot of flat land. Again, this is 10.9, 50.1. Up on the cliffs is the best place to build in this area. And you just use the water tanks to collect water. I'm going to put you on hold. I'll be back. I'm going to go to a different spot. Alright, this is down over in the redwoods. That's in this section of the map down here. We have a couple of bases in here, so there's a lot of really good spots. To find a good spot, you want something by water again. Here by our base, we have this pillared out. This is about a medium as far as aggression. All this up in here though is open. Anybody could move into here. There's water. stone thatch and wood. As you see, as we were coming in here, there was some dinos that were doing the thing, fighting. So there's meat out there. This area, let's get you good coordinates on it. This area here is at 90.956. And that is still on the water. This particular source of water kind of ends here. Up there it comes out of that tree. No real water up there either. Again, if you learn to build a place with your water containers, you can use those. And then there's all these little trails up here you can build on. See, somebody built here. There's that waterfall is water. I know it's very well built on the top up there. That's one of our bases. So, but down through here, there's all kinds of area. Again, you just have to put the water containers in to hold water and to collect water. You can see there's meat, there's Paraceratherium, there's a lot of wood, there's drops around here, there's thylas in here, there's all kinds of stuff. Now, just in a random spot here, we're going to drop down, and there's no pillars or anything. This little area you could use. We're trying to get down lower, hoping to find some water down here. Stuff out by the ocean is very well populated. It's a very popular area. But that is another thing you can do, is go down to the ocean and just walk along the ocean line. You can see the blue ob over there. We're on the other side of the ocean from there. So you can see down in here, there is beach land here. I don't see any pillars. Oh, there's that walkway is acting as a pillar. And this is guy's base back in here. But if you pull out of here, you come like back up towards here, all this is open. I know somebody has a base up on the top of that arch, and there's one right there, but on the other side of the rock is a decent little area. Not for a big base, but if you're looking for a location for a small base, this would be great. Location here, 83.4. 74.3. Alright. Now, for water bases, if you go out on that cliff out there, it's a great place for water bases. But you have to be able to build off the cliffs. It's you can see there's not really a lot of building room. You get onto these little ledges down here and just start building off of it. This up here is probably pillared out because this guy uses it a lot. I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to fly up to the other side of all the beach bases, and I'll show you some areas on the other side. Be right back. Alright, here's a pretty choice spot. As you can see, we're getting a drop right there. We are at 76.1, 64.7. This is a nice little area here. Goes right out into the ocean. This is the main part of the ocean, so it gets out into everything. You can access a lot of stuff from there. Pretty big. And your next base is a ways down. You have all the redwoods up in here for a lot of dinos for meat and everything, and you get your stone thatch and wood collecting going out here. This is a very nice place for a base. The redwoods aren't real difficult. They aren't super aggressive. They're also not the easiest. They're a decent medium. They've got some real fun stuff as far as thylas, things like that to catch. This would be a really good spot. Again, 75.9, 65. And we're on server 5590, and this one's open really big time right now, so worth checking out. I'm gonna go check out other area. Alright, here's another spot. The chords here are 75.6, 42. Pretty decent size area. Goes back into the redwoods. This is the rougher side of the redwoods, but it's still not too bad. You're on the water, so you got all the water advantages. You do have a base that way front a ways and the other way away. So, but you got plenty of room to grow here. It's a great spot. Again, the location 75.8, 42.5. I hope these spots that I'm showing you help. Please like and subscribe. It's what I live on. I am open to do a video. If you have a subject that I haven't covered already, please let me know. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.